Hey there, you, yes you. By my guess, you're here because you like video games. Do you really like their music? Ever wonder what kinds of sounds or tactics are used to make them? Welcome to Game Suite Zone, a new series I'm bringing forth to this channel. This is a series where I tell you what instruments made certain sounds, show instrument techniques and music concepts in action, and recreate individual pieces of modern instruments or the original sounds. As a full disclosure, I am by no means an expert on music and all of its qualities. I'm still learning. However, since I've come across things I never knew myself, I thought it'd be nice to show others what I figure out. Isn't that right, buddy? I got him from a black market. Never again will the intricacies of favorite pieces be shrouded in mystery, as long as it's in my abilities to unveil them. These videos will not only deliver explanations through catchy examples, but if you're interested in composing or simply covering stuff, I'm sure this can help as well. I'm going to lay down some quick guidelines first before we jump straight into everything. The main video type is cover, where we take a look at a specific theme in a video game and take an in-depth look at it. We try to figure out the instruments used, how to recreate certain sounds, its structure, and other useful tidbits. We aim to get as close to the original as possible with modern instruments, but older sounds are not out of the question. We are also not limited to a single cover of the piece, which is nice. The second video type is theme patterns, where we outline common attributes of video game themes, such as forest levels, boss fights, and the like. Stuff like common instruments and structures are mentioned. The third video type is technique, where we shortly explain and demonstrate the use of a concept or technique, such as glissandos or trills, for example. Video game music that use them will serve as examples. Anything else just falls under the miscellaneous category. First off, while it can definitely follow along with an instrument in some cases, I recommend having a DAW, short for Digital Audio Workstation. This allows you to create music using a variety of provided tools. There are great free programs available for just experimenting, but don't get too caught up in deciding what's best. Simply experiment and use what works for you. My choice is FL Studio because I'm used to it. That's it. If you have no idea where to start, FL Studio has a demo available. Although limited, you could even use Mario Paint Composer if you wanted to, if strictly for laying notes down. Now, of course, most DAWs come pre-equipped with sound fonts and VSTs, Virtual Studio technology, so you should be fine. However, there will be times where you may not have or want to purchase certain ones. Not to worry, there's an abundance of free resources out there for you to use. They can range from stuff like trumpets and piano to less typical instruments like bagpipes. I'll usually bring them up when they become relevant, but here's a decent starter set in case you don't have these already. I've included download links in the description. Even if you have these instruments, it never hurts to have multiple sounds to work from. So, perhaps you have your own music software, and yet everything seems daunting. It's really just a matter of getting used to the swing of things, knowing what goes where, what you can do, and the like. I, however, would strongly recommend project-based learning to get better. From my experience, trying to learn everything from the get-go never helped much when it comes to these types of creation processes. Learn the skill when you need it. It helps to save confusion. From time to time, you may also learn some music theory throughout the series. I'll touch upon certain concepts when they're relevant, and I'll simplify them as much as I can. But if you'd like to learn on your own, YouTube videos and musictheory.net have great tutorials. If you're wondering where to start when it comes to getting better with instruments, anywhere at all really. I started with an old, dusty, sticky keyboard and learned video game music through YouTube tutorials. It helped me play the piano at an okay level. If you're playing an instrument, a teacher would be great. They'll keep you from making mistakes you might make by learning on your own. However, if you aren't interested, then YouTube tutorials are great alternatives. I'd recommend watching the basic videos on things like proper posture, which is important to prevent injury, and similar need-to-knows. There's an abundance of free resources, so do take advantage of them when you can. That's just about it. I wanted to create more interesting and meaningful content on this channel, so I am very excited to bring you this series. I hope it can prove to be useful and insightful to you. If you have any suggestions on what video game music I should tackle, feel free to let me know. Other than that, thanks for watching and I hope you enjoy the series.